Hello, it's Dr. McTuck, and I'd like to welcome you to a recap of week 2. One thing I'd like to remind you all of, when you go in and you respond to other people's discussion posts, I just want to remind you of something. When you go in and you're looking for someone to respond to, and you're going down through, of course the list can be extensive, but please make sure that you get to the bottom, because you can see as I get to the bottom, I'm seeing that some people don't have any replies to their post. So again, just try to be courteous, and if you're coming in to find someone to respond to, again, look and make sure that everyone's getting a reply. Everyone wants to feel a little bit of love when they're doing their discussions. All right, so I just want to let you know, when you go to check your grades, because everything's graded for week 1, but not everything is graded for week 2. My goal is to hopefully have that all done tomorrow for you. Now, when I click on grades, notice I could come in here, find the assignment, and I could click on it and get the details. When you go in and you get the details, it won't show in this one. But when you go in, please notice that with your assignments, I add a file, which is actually your turned in assignment, where I insert very specific comments. So, make sure you see if I've added any files. Check those out just to make sure that I haven't given you very specific feedback. I just want to take a second and look at some things with the portfolio. Remember, that's due at the end, but again, you should be working on it, or trying to work on it as you go through. Now, I did scroll down to portfolio directions and rubric. And one thing I want to point out is, yes, there's the directions in the rubric, but then there's also this record. And the reason I bring this up, because if you click on this, what New York State has done, the Board of Regents, there's 9 different standards or criteria that you must be trained on to be a lead evaluator, which is what this whole course is built upon. So notice if I go down through, there is the 9 standards or criteria. But notice, as it gives you each of these learning objectives, it tells you the module and the assignment or the discussion that you could use for evidence. So again, this record for the portfolio is very specific in what you can use for evidence and where you can actually find that evidence. And I also want to remind you that your group assignments have been made. They're all set up. So if you go into the content under group project assignments and directions, you will notice that there is the directions and the rubric and the standards that you will use. Please use the standards from 2008, even though there is a draft set of standards out there, but those are not finalized. So go with 2008. Notice every group has a discussion forum. Your group members are listed there. Again, it's just a place to get you started, this discussion forum. You're not obligated to stay in here. You can get started here. And again, you can use any other forum that you'd like, or call each other, text each other, whatever works for you. And then again, there's the drop box where you'll turn in your submissions. I also want to remind you about Remind. I think just about everyone is signed up. It is optional, so if you didn't sign up, no worries about that. But again, it's where I'm sending out text message notifications about the course. Again, you can text at EDA 62 81010. Again, I think everyone pretty much has signed up, but again, if you haven't, no worries. It is completely optional. I want to just briefly look at assignment that you have for this week, week 3. It's this assignment right here, observing evidence of the standards assignment. Let me just open this up. I just want to show you, here's the template here that will open up. Let me get that. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Let me get it out of my downloads here for a second. Open it up. Okay, so I opened it up. Make it a little bit bigger. Now, you'll notice these different standards down through here that you're looking at. Now, notice it says, if a teacher is, then I expect to see. This would be if you were in the teacher's classroom, what would you expect to see if the teacher was doing certain things? So, for example, this one says, asking questions to further student learning and monitor progress. I think of For example, the fourth grade ELA lesson that you watched, where the teacher would have the children explain. She would ask them why. So again, if a teacher is asking questions to further student learning and monitor progress, I expect to see. So you could actually go back to that video and use that example. So where I would start with this assignment is pull out all of the different pieces from the lessons that you've watched and pull up those evidence lists that you have and see where you can plug them in here. So again, you can use any of the material that you've been using throughout the class to go ahead and fill that in. That's just you putting in the evidence. It could just be bullet items. Again, it's not required that you use complete sentences. Okay? So again, congratulations on completing week 2. I'm excited to get going with week 3. So again, happy week 3, and I'll see you in the classroom. Have a good week. Stay in touch. Contact me via email if you need anything. Thank you.